What is the key to stroke recovery? You might expect me to say exercise, avoiding learned non-use, and activities of daily life. And yes, those things are crucial. But what's really holding back your progress is something much simpler: consistency. After a stroke, it's common to hyper-focus on what specific exercises are best for your situation or what strategies will get you progress quickly. And those things are absolutely important, but what the brain really craves is repetition, intensity, and consistency. Neuroplasticity, our brain's amazing ability to rewire itself, and currently it is the best tool that we have to facilitate recovery after a stroke. This happens through consistency, doing things over and over again until the brain creates those new pathways and learns or relearns a new normal. But consistency is often an overlooked factor when it comes to stroke recovery and making more progress. And let me give you this example. So if you received or still receive formal therapy, physical, occupational, or speech therapy, let's say that you get 1 or 2 sessions a week that are around 30 to 45 minutes. A lot of people think that that is going to be enough to spur real changes. It's a good kickstart, but there has to be so much going on behind the scenes of those formal therapy sessions. And another example, you could have the best home exercise rehab program in the whole world, but if you only do it every once in a while, your progress is going to be slow. Even a simple or less optimal home rehab program that you do consistently is better than the best home rehab program in the world that's done only every so often. Research shows us that this high repetition, high intensity, task-specific practice, these things are what drive lasting changes and true progress. Consistency turns small actions into real significant progress. And the thing is, consistency is the foundation of making progress in any aspect of life, whether it's related to fitness, work, your mental health, or stroke recovery. And this is something I want to speak to directly about myself. If you have watched this channel for a while, you may have noticed that my physique has changed pretty dramatically. After I had my son in 2023, I had a lot of weight to lose in order to get back to a healthy weight. Over the course of about 1.5 years, I've lost more than 70 pounds. So how did I do it? Well, there was no magic exercise or diet that I used. I did it by being consistent and showing up for myself every single day. I now do consistent strength training 2 to 4 days a week, even when I don't feel like it. And I also consistently pay attention to my nutrition, adjusting as I need to. It's something that I'm aware of and I consistently put effort into without being obsessed about it. But being consistent is hard. So here are a few simple things that you can do to be more consistent in your home recovery so that you can make more progress. And the first thing that you can do is use micro sessions. If you've seen some of my more recent videos, you've probably heard me talk about the need for a significant increase in repetitions and intensity in your home rehab program to truly see more progress based on the latest research. But this doesn't mean that you have to completely wipe yourself out with one incredibly intense high repetition session. You can break this up into smaller sessions over the day so that you don't get completely knocked down by fatigue. And this can make it easier to be consistent because you're not going to be dreading one incredibly intense session. You can space them out throughout the day so that they're easier for you to show up for. And the second thing is to pair your home rehab with your daily routines. This is a strategy called habit stacking. It's something I first read about in James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, a great read. This is essentially where you attach the new habit you're trying to form with ones that you already have established. So when it comes to being consistent in your home rehab program, this might mean that when you brush your teeth, you try to engage your affected hand. Or when you clean your house, you use your affected side to move around, as well as to maybe hold a mop or a duster. This way, rehab doesn't feel like this extra chore you have to do. Rather, it's integrated into the things that you're already doing, and it allows you to be much more consistent. The third thing you can do is to track and celebrate your wins, even the small ones. You can do this by recording yourself and looking back on any progress you see in movement. You can keep a journal where you either physically write, type, or dictate things that you're seeing progress in. And seeing and celebrating even small wins can help keep you excited and motivated to continue to show up consistently for yourself. And I think this dovetails nicely into my last point, which is don't rely on motivation. Motivation is great when we have it. It makes us excited and fired up to show up for ourselves. But what happens when we don't have that? Consistency is not about perfection. You are going to have days where you're tired, you're busy, or just flat out feel discouraged. And that's okay. It's okay to have off days every now and then. But the other 80 to 90% of the time, it's important that you show up for yourself. Consistency relies on discipline. And discipline is like a muscle. You have to work on it in order to get it stronger. And you deserve that. You deserve to show up for yourself, because that is how you are going to see real change and real progress in your stroke recovery journey. So leave me a comment and let me know, what is one thing that you are gonna do consistently this week to show up for yourself? And of course, if you found this video helpful, please make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, click the join button to become a channel member, or leave us a super thanks by clicking in the YouTube bar below. And a huge thank you to all of the donors who make this nonprofit possible, with a special thank you to Ryan D, Modus Nova, and Joseph M in our Empowerer tier on Patreon. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.